So I'm sitting in a place. This is my sanctuary of peace, y'all. And this place is very special to me because about 13, 14 years ago, I was on this exact bench. And I might get a little bit emotional because I thought my life was over. I had $200 to my name. Nobody knew because I had too much pride as a man. I didn't want to tell my parents. Didn't want to tell my friends. They would have helped me, I'm sure. But I had $200 to my bank account. And at that time, Tristan was about 1 year old. I had a 1-year-old son. And I was just starting this thing that y'all know as rehab time. And it just seemed like I wasn't making no progression, right? It seemed like, I would throw events and 2 people show up. I would make videos. Nobody would watch them. And I was really contemplating, like, is this purpose really for me? Like, am I just lying to myself when I tell myself, like, man, this is for my life? And I remember being here thinking that my life was over. And it gives me chills because I just think about, and this is a message for you. It gives me chills because I think about, like, if I would have quit that day, like if I would have gave up, I'm not even talking about killing myself, but if I just would have gave up on my purpose and stopped pursuing my purpose and stopped pursuing my peace and stopped pursuing my best life, if I would have listened to the reality, because reality said, this is not for you. Reality said, you're broke. Reality said, nobody cares about you. Reality said, your life is over. You're a football player. Reality said, I told you couldn't be nothing more than a football player. You're just an athlete. And in that moment, I got the biggest blessing and breakthrough in my life. A friend texted me, and it's still a close friend to this day. And he gave me a financial blessing. That financial blessing wasn't life-changing money, but it changed my life. He blessed me and said, hey, man, I want to give this to you next time I see you. He texted me. He said, just keep going. And that amount of money kept me afloat. That amount of money kept me going. And it wasn't life-changing money. It was enough for me to pay my bills, enough for me to invest into some T-shirts, to start what y'all know as rehab time merchandise. And I just think about if I would have gave up and quit. And the analogy that I want to use before I go in today, it's like we would look at people crazy. Like the NBA finals were last night. We would look at the Mavericks crazy if they would have just walked off the court because they were losing. They were getting beat by 30 points. We would have been like, why did they walk off the court? It would have been a viral moment. Everybody on the internet in the world would have been talking about it. And you know what's wild? In this game of life, because I was about to walk off the court. So many of us, we've already walked off the court. AKA, we walked away from our dreams. We quit on ourselves when there's still time on the clock. When there's still time on the clock, we walked off the court of our dreams. We walked off the court of our life and we threw in the towel and we quit. And I understand. Because when you look out, you don't see anything getting better. You look out, you see hopelessness. You look out, you feel like nobody cares about you. You look out, and it's the same thing every single day. And it's just like a repeat of pain. It's like, why should I move forward, Trent? Why should I keep going? Because every step I take is filled with pain. I feel like I'm hopeless. But I want to tell you, and I hope this hits you right in the heart. I want to tell you, you have to keep going. This path always teaches me this quote that I always share. Just because the path isn't perfect, the path won't be perfect. Just because the path isn't perfect doesn't mean the purpose of the path isn't. The purpose of the path is always perfect. I had to go through those moments where I had $200 to my name to teach me some things about life, to teach me some things about business, to teach me some things about myself. And so I want to just give you this message, all you that's watching this, to keep going. I don't care what's going on in your life right now. I know you want to give up, but just look at my life. If I would have quit that day, because I was close, I was about 90% there. If I would have quit right here that day, rehab time wouldn't be what it is. We wouldn't have millions of people across the world if I would have thrown in the towel. Did I know it was going to lead to this? No. But I knew there was something inside of my heart that said, Trent, there's more to your life. And I had to listen to that deep internal knowing that I talk about, that internal alignment that was like, man, there's more to your life. Even though when I couldn't find them more, I couldn't see them more, like, what more are you talking about? More problems, more pain, more chaos, more fake friend, more what? But my soul was saying there's more to your life. You may not understand now, but soon you will. And it took a few years for me to understand. But that moment of that blessing that came through to my life, my friend didn't even know I needed it. My friend didn't know I was right here at this place contemplating giving up on what y'all know is rehab time today. But that financial blessing, which wasn't a lot, a few $100s, it strengthened my hope. It strengthened my hope. And so I want to tell you, you have a duty. You have a you got to keep going. If not for you, for those that need you. And what scares the heck out of me is that, man, so many of y'all that has needed me over these years, you would never have met me if I wouldn't decided to keep going that day. And no, when I made the decision to keep going, yes, I still had struggles. I still had problems. Hell, I still got problems today. But I refuse to surrender to my problems. I refuse to surrender to my pain. And that's what I want for you. I want you to build that unbreakable mindset that says no matter what comes against me, I've made up my mind that I'm not going to quit. No matter who quits on me, no matter what quits on me, I made up my mind that I'm not going to quit. No matter what walks away from me, no matter what leaves my life, no matter what happens to my life, I'm going to keep going. You still alive, man. You still got time on the clock. Some of you have literally exited the game when you still got time on your clock. When you still can shoot some shots. It isn't a guarantee that you're going to win this life, but I'll tell you this. I don't believe life is won by accomplishments or successes and losses or wins and losses. I don't believe life is tallied like that. I believe life is won when we decide to keep going. I believe you automatically win life when you decide to keep going. That's how life is won. It's not won by wins and losses. Life is won when you decide to keep going, when you decide to live in purpose every single day. That's when life is won. And so you literally have a choice, my friend. You have a choice right now to sink or swim. You have a choice to throw in the towel and complain about your life and feel sorry for yourself, which is understandable because life sucks sometimes. Or you can dust yourself off and say, I'm going to keep going. I don't know where I'm going to, but I'm going to keep going. I know I'm not staying here. I know I'm not sitting in depression quicksand, staying in the same place, complaining about where you're at, but not moving from where you're at and digging yourself a deeper ditch that's harder to get out. You know, if you guys have been watching me, you guys have been seeing me getting into better shape right before your eyes. And I share this not to give some, coaching on physical health. I'm not a trainer, nothing like that. But I love showing y'all my journey. And my journey is continuing to go. I think I was on here last week and I told y'all, man, I could barely make it to that bench right there. Barely make it. Like my back was hurting. I'm talking about walking. My back was hurting. Like, man, today it was easy. I wouldn't say it was easy. It's Texas heat, so it's out here. It's hot. But it was easier. And I'm getting into better shape, right? I'm slimming up. I'm getting more into nature shells mode, right? It's a journey. The journey isn't always beautiful, but the peak is, the climb isn't always beautiful, but the climb may be ugly, but the peak is beautiful. Right? The valley's ugly, but the peak is beautiful. And so it's a journey, and you got to fall in love with the journey. You got to stop judging yourself for not being at a place that you want to be. You got to stop judging yourself for not being who you used to be, if that's the case. And you got to love who you are. Every bit of you, every part of you, love yourself enough to say, you know what? I love who I am. I'm not going to judge who I am. And so since I have that understood, let me go meet the greatest version of myself. Let me move forward with grace. Let me move forward with love. Let me move forward with compassion of my own life. And that's the best way to do it, because then you stop putting pressure on yourself. You stop putting so much negative energy on yourself, and you start to love yourself. And so you guys are seeing me like right before your eyes. Every live, I can even see it in my face, right? You see me slimming up. You see me getting back to me. And this has been a 2-year journey with messing up my foot. So it didn't happen overnight. But I fell in love with the process. I fell in love with my potential. And I say, you know what? I don't want to just keep my potential. I want to meet my potential. As I wrote in the book, The Greatest You, I don't want to just know about the greatest me. I don't want to hope about the greatest me. I don't want to pray about the greatest me. I want to meet the greatest me. And I know I won't meet the greatest me until I die, until I leave this earth. But as long as I'm pursuing the greatest me, I know that I'm always going to be a better me. Whew, that's the quote right there. That's the quote. Somebody write that in the chat. As long as I'm pursuing the greatest me, then I know I'm going to create a better me. That's it. I don't know what the greatest me looks like. I don't even know if the greatest me exists. The idea of the greatest me, right? Because a lot of us think perfection and everything's all put together. Like we have this idea that we're supposed to be perfect. We have this idea of that. Let go. Let go of the myth of perfection. That's one of the biggest enemies to your self-worth. Is perfection. One of the biggest enemies to your self-esteem is perfection. A win a day keeps low self-esteem away. And so my goal for the last few months is, Trent, I just want to win something every single day. If the win is going on a walk, cool. If the win is spending time with my family, cool. I just want to win. If the win is going live with y'all, cool. A win a day keeps low self-esteem away. I promise you, because our brain, our life, when we feel like we're progressing, it's hard to feel stressed. It's hard to feel depressed when we feel like we're progressing, because we feel like we're moving towards something. When we feel like we're stuck, Monday's podcast, on the Trent Shelton Podcast, we talk about this. When we feel like we're stuck, we start to get depressed because we feel like there's no way out. We feel in bondage. We feel we're in a prison. We feel in this prison mindset. But as long as you're progressing, then you're always going to feel better about yourself. But you got to let go of these unrealistic expectations. Expectations will kill your elevation. Expectations will kill the appreciation you have for your life, because some of our expectations are unrealistic. We're expecting to be perfect. We're expecting to look like the model on Instagram that's fake. We're expecting to look like the guy that's, like this. We're expecting to be like that and be like this. We have all these freaking expectations that, I don't know, somebody said that's beautiful. Somebody said that's handsome. Somebody said that's cute. Somebody's opinion. Somebody in the world has set a standard for everybody that we sit here and believe. No, let go of the meanings you have in your life. Here I go. For y'all that's on here, y'all about to get a message. Let go of the meanings that this world has tried to put on you. Let go of the meanings of success. Let go of the meanings of failure. Let go of the meanings. And I know it's hard because we've been programmed to think like this. But when you start to let go of the meanings of things, life starts to become more meaningful. Our meanings are all effed up. Excuse my French. It's all effed up. We think success is perfect. We think failure is trying something and not succeeding at it on the first try. And so we have to change that, right? And I see people in the chat saying things, I'm this, I'm that. If you're telling yourself that, then guess what? You're going to start living like that. You're going to find evidence of you. I've already told you that you ain't that. You ain't this. So all that negative talk to yourself, if you want somebody to feel sorry for you, nobody going to feel sorry for you. You got to start speaking death into your life. Because when you speak death into your life, you will die slowly, emotionally, spiritually, and sometimes physically. You got to speak life into your life. And I know it's easier said than done, but you got to let go of the meanings. The meanings that the world has told you, oh, this is beautiful. This is this is that. And we start to strive for that. And we think that we're not progressing or not being what we should be or where we should be, because our life doesn't measure up to the comparison of this fake expectation that the world has put on us. When I started to let go of meanings, my life changed. When I started to determine my own meanings and I started to control my own meanings, it changed. To be real with you, the shape that I'm in, me running the way I ran today, for some people, it would mean that I'm slow. I'm out of shape. But for me, I think I'm in great shape because I beat me. I'm better than I was the last time I came out here. So that means that I'm in the best shape I'm in the best shape I am right at this moment. To somebody else, I might be a turtle. Somebody else might be a cheetah. I don't care. I'm not concerned about somebody else's meanings of life. I'm going to create meanings that serve my soul, that create positive soul momentum in my life. And that's how you change your life, y'all. You got to stop allowing all these outside entities to tell you what life is and how to live and this and that's why you come on here. I give y'all suggestions. I want you to explore yourself, because I'm not going to tell you that this is success. To have 16 million followers, you're successful if you have this. No, there's plenty of complete failures that have a lot of things in life because they're not fulfilled, they're not happy. And they miss out on the most important things that matter the most. Seriously. So I got to get back to my trail run. I've been on here too long. If you're at the end of this and you're watching this in real time, I'm actually doing I hate to say giveaway. Don't fall for fake pages, but I'm blessing somebody today. I'm paying it forward. Like that guy blessed me when I was on this bench. I'm blessing somebody on my Instagram. I'm going to post it very soon. So follow me on Instagram at Trent. I'm going to post it probably in the next hour or so. But I'm going to bless somebody with $1,000. Listen, do not fall for fake profiles. I know when I say this, all them fake profiles going to hit you up. I'm not going to be in your inbox telling you one. Okay. So that's not me. Don't fall for it. But what I am going to do, my hands are red. Oh, no, they're not. What I am going to do, on my Instagram, I'll pin the winner, in the comment section. And I'm going to bless somebody that's going for their dreams. So if you're a person that's it could be anything, athlete, entrepreneur, and you're going for your dreams, then make sure you follow me on Instagram. What if your family is putting you down? So what? I know it sucks. It hurts. But your family ain't God. Y'all got to stop. Let me tell you this, man. I know it's hard when you hear it all the time, when you're around it constantly, right? It's hard. Like, it's hard to feel free when somebody's every single day is talking about you. But you got to, as I always tell y'all, when you can't change the situation, you must change who you are in the situation, change your mindset. So for me, if my family's talking down on me, number one, I'm going to ask myself, do I have to stay in this environment? That's number one, right? First thing I'm going to do I have to stay in this environment? If I don't, I'm going to get out the environment, family or not. Go read Protect Your Peace. You got to set boundaries, family or not. Set boundaries. Number two, if I can't leave the environment, then I'm going to create a meaning towards my family. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, right? They're not happy. Happy people don't talk down on somebody else, especially family. They got trauma they didn't heal from. Oh, I'm not going to take it personal because they hurt. And I know it's a little bit harder than what I'm saying it, but that's how I'm going to look at it. They hurt. So I'm not going to allow them to stop my life. It might make it a little bit more difficult because I got to hear this nonsense every single day, or they got to talk down on me. And then, then also I'm going to say this. Is it true? You know what I mean? Because sometimes when somebody's telling us the truth, we call them hating. So if you're a bad person and everybody in your family is telling you that, I'm not referring to the person that asked that question, but because I know people that would be like, oh, my family's talking down on me, but yet they steal money from their family. Yet they are literally, a thorn in their side, right? They're literally a bad human being at that particular time. So then I'm gonna ask myself, is it true what they saying? If I know it's not true, if I know who I am, I know I got a good heart, then I'm not going to listen to them. You know what I mean? I say it in my book. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, bloodline isn't chosen, but family is. Just because you're in my bloodline, don't mean you're my family. I'll say that. We just got the same bloodline. Family are people who I'm congruent with, people that I really rock with, people I would give my life for. Now, luckily, I got bloodline, and that's my family. Like, I love my family. Like, we good. But at the end of the day, if I had somebody in my family that was toxic, it ain't my family. Just because we bloodline don't mean we family. And I'm just going to keep it straight up with you. So, I know some people, but Trent, you shouldn't give up on your family. It's not giving up. Y'all got to stop telling yourself that, man. When people have given up on you, and literally you're going to sit there for your whole life, and just because they're family, you're going to sit there and be depressed the rest of your life? Nah. It should never work like that. You got to make a decision in your life and say, man, this hurts. I don't want to make this decision, but I got to make this decision. Or else, what's the alternative? What's going to happen? Like, just think about the common sense, y'all. If you don't change your situation, if you don't change your mindset, what's going to happen? They're going to keep talking down on you. I mean, you can pray for them for sure. God can definitely change people. But what's going to happen? Like, let's be honest. Nothing. And you're going to be complaining about the same things 10 years from now. Life is too short. If you truly value time, you'll make choices a lot faster. If you truly believe that tomorrow isn't promised, some of y'all say that, but you don't believe it. Because if you truly believed it, you wouldn't be playing with time. Like I said, you wouldn't be tolerating things you shouldn't tolerate. You wouldn't be wasting your life on people that want to waste your life and waste your time. If you truly value time, you truly believe that tomorrow, that forever comes with an expiration date, you wouldn't be around certain things and certain people. I don't care if they're family or not. Some people call me cold-hearted for that. I'd rather be viewed as cold-hearted than live broken-hearted. If cold-hearted means that I know my worth, if cold-hearted means that I'm not accepting less, if cold-hearted means that I'm not keeping my life around somebody who does nothing but try to hurt me, Yep, call me cold-hearted. Sign me up. Where can I sign the line? I'll take that nickname. Cold-hearted Trent. I'll sign it. I'll autograph it too. Because I know I'm not cold-hearted. I know my heart. I know how pure my heart is. I know how much I care. I know what I do. So that doesn't offend me when somebody says that. Usually people want to manipulate you, want to control you. When they can't control you no more, they want to call you cold-hearted. When they can't use you no more, they want to say you changed. Yep, I did change. You're right. I changed. I changed for the better. I changed because I don't want to be used no more. I changed because I realized who you are. Yep, I changed. So say I changed. I love it. I love when people say I changed. I'm like, good, man. It means I'm growing. People love to say you change when they can't use you no more. People love to say you change when they can't benefit off you no more. People love to say you change, right? Ain't that what life is about, changing? That's the biggest lie somebody's ever told me. I got to ask this question on the podcast. I said, Trent, what's the worst piece of advice somebody told me never change? Worst piece of advice I ever gotten is when people tell me don't change who you are. I get what they're saying, but now I want to change. I don't want to be the same Trent I was this year. I don't. I don't want to accept the same things and being around the same things. I changed. Sign me up. That's the worst piece of advice. Hey, man, never change. Never change. Some people be telling y'all that. They don't want you to change again because they using the hell out you. So, of course, they don't want you to change because they don't want their situation to change. Worst piece of advice that somebody can give you. Don't change. I'm going to tell you change. Change often, change frequently. Change. You should be changing monthly. You should be growing. You should be a different version of yourself, a better version of yourself. Don't change. Child, please. Then when you change, they're gonna say you changed, right? Oh yeah, he switched up on me. He changed. But yeah, you're right. You're still the same. You're still in the same place doing the same things. You're 40 years old, still living like you're 18. Yep, it look like you need to change. You feel me? Look like you need to change. Love to say that. I hear that. Some people said it about me. Oh man, Trent different now. Trent changed. He don't come around no more. He this, he on that. Yep. Go ahead. I sure don't. I don't have time to do things that waste my time. I really value time. My biggest fear is not getting the most out of my life while I'm here. God blessed me with this life. He blessed me with this gift. It is disrespectful to God for me to waste my time pleasing people. Some of us are triple P's. Go get Protect Your Peace. Type peace in the comments if you want the book. I'm actually working on an audio book right now to come out in about a month or so, or maybe 2 months, about 2 months from now to come out. But some of us are people pleasers, right? You want to please people. Like pleasing people don't mean that you're like a slave to them. Pleasing people means that some of you don't speak your truth because you're afraid to offend somebody. You're pleasing their opinions. You're pleasing their perception of you. And so, yeah, people have said I've changed. People say, oh, Trent act different now. You're right. I do. I do. I don't want to do the same stuff. If you're still doing the same stuff, I love you, but I don't want to be the dude that's 50 years old, still in the same place, talking about what I used to do, talking about high school, talking about living, and no disrespect to anybody. But my biggest fear was not reinventing myself. So I strive a lot daily to reinvent myself as much as I can. I don't want to be talking about what I did last year. I want to talk about what I'm doing now because what I'm doing now is so beneficial, so powerful. I want to talk about what I'm doing now. I don't want to talk about 20 years ago. I don't want to talk about the NFL. I don't want to talk about who I was in high school. I don't. If we get to that conversation, cool. But that's not going to be the leading conversation of how I introduce myself. Even when people say former NFL player, I was like, nah, don't put that first. Put top motivational speaker in the world. Put that first. Put that first. Put best-selling author first. Put my now first. Don't put former NFL player. Like, that's cool and all. I appreciate it. But I'm more than that. I'm more than that. Don't put me in that box. That's just me, though. I'm not saying that's the way you should live life, but that's just me. I'm evolving all the time. All the time. Evolution. And some people ain't going to respect your evolution. They ain't going to like it. Because it's reminding their ass, oh, man, sorry. Excuse my French. Sorry, God. It's reminding them that they ain't changing. They stuck in the same place. That's why I'm very careful about going in environments like that where people still in the same place because jealousy, envy, hatred be at an all-time high. You can just smell it on people. You know what I mean? You ever walk in somewhere and your aura is just so powerful and you walk in there because you living your best life. You doing, you know what I mean? You look like peace. You smell like peace. You just, you know, people just look like peace. They just taking care of themselves. Like, man, they just look like peace. And you walk into an environment of people still doing the same stuff. They just look like stress. You know what I mean? You don't even recognize the people. They didn't age badly. Not trying to talk about nobody, but, you know, all that stuff didn't caught up with them, still doing the same things, ain't got no peace in their life. And your aura irritates them. Your aura irritates them. You know what I mean? It irritates them. Your aura irritates them. And it's like that jealousy and envy, you can just feel it. You can just feel that frequency. That's why I don't like going in environments where it's a lot of people just still doing the same stuff. I'll be like, I'm busy. I can't show up. I can't go. Because people hate on you, man. They'll kill you. You saw what happened to Nipsey Hussle, right? They'll kill you. Be your own people. That can't take, that can't handle your aura. It just mess up their frequency. Man, I'm about to do a podcast out here today about this. Yep. I'm about to go do a podcast right now. Walk back. But I'm going to go. I'm going to do a podcast. I'm going to walk this way so I can run back. But yep. So I wouldn't even call them haters, man. You know what I mean? So you can call them that. Sometimes it ain't even that. They just don't love themselves. So it's like anything positive irritates them. You know what I mean? But you gotta be careful going to environments, bro, that you outgrown. They be like, Trent don't never come around. I'll be around for sure. But I don't go around places that I outgrew from. That I outgrew for what? That's going backwards. Life's too short to go backwards. I didn't work too hard to go back. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for rocking with me today. Random live. Share this if you want to. I know it was long and random, but I always like tapping in with y'all. But yeah, make sure you go to my Instagram though. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Trent Shelton. Also my event. Go to TrentShelton.com. My birthday event, September 21st. I want to see you there. Let me know in the chat if you're coming. I want to see you there. Dallas, Fort Worth. Get a ticket. Fly in. DFW is the easy place to fly in. Plenty of hotels in downtown Fort Worth. It's going to be a special event. It's called Live Legendary. And what I'm doing is, if you never watch me live, it's a whole different experience, y'all, like in person. But what I'm doing is helping you find and know the legend inside of you, because I want you to live a legendary life. I want you to live a life that matters. You know what I mean? And it's available to you. So September 21st, my birthday. I'm celebrating with y'all. So I would love, it's not going to be streamed virtually. It's an in-person. It's a 400-seater. So it's a very small venue as far as like the events I usually do, because I want to make it intimate. I don't want a huge venue where I can't feel y'all's energy, right? So it's a very intimate venue, a very special venue in Fort Worth that's near and dear to my heart. The last time I did an event in this venue was for my mother when she was alive. She beat cancer, and I threw her an event called New Beginnings. So I want to see y'all there, okay? I would love for y'all to show up. And actually what we've done, I'm going to just tell y'all this that's on here. We haven't announced it yet, but it's going to be like a full day. So in the morning time, there will be my friends that I consider legends in my life that are going to be, I mean, this event will cost thousands and thousands of dollars if you brought all these speakers together. But some of my friends in the space that are phenomenal, they're going to do the morning time with you, right? They're going to help you be a legend in different areas of your life. That's going to be from about, we haven't solidified it, but like 9 to 12. And then there'll be a break. And then you'll have the experience, the Live Legendary experience that night, starting at 7 o'clock. So it's a full day. It's worth it. The first time I've done a full day. So of course with a break, but I would love to see you there, man. It would mean the world to me for you to celebrate my birthday with me. So I'm telling y'all in advance. So please don't wait till the last minute, because I know it's going to sell out pretty fast. So I love y'all. Yeah, I didn't even know you're an NFL player. Yeah, see, yeah, you just popped up. Yeah, I was one. And I'm proud of that. Like, it was a dream of mine. But like I said, one of my best goals was like, bro, create a life that you don't, create a life that you're proud of, that, you know, you don't have to tie your identity to being a former NFL player. So that's a part of who I am. It's not who I am. So I rarely talk about it, because the life that I'm living right now is way more beautiful and purposeful than being an NFL player. So I would have never thought in my life I would say that, by the way. Share it. Thank you, Tara. Who coming to the event? Let me see. Wood, Love to meet you. Come on, Angela. Come on down there. You want to meet me? Come on. Would love to go. I don't have the funds. Hey, I'll if you know me, I always keep tickets to give away. So if you don't have the funds, I always keep a certain amount of tickets for people who can't afford it. So maybe you can win a ticket that way. But if you got the funds, I want to see you, man. It's worth the investment. Like I said, I'm not just I'll talk about that later. It's hot out here. Love y'all. Let's get it.